Hey guys, welcome back to another video, this time where we will be spending 100 days as the ghost type gym leader. You guys know how this works by now. I've done this for electric, fire, dragon and ice type so far, and we are going to be adding the ghost type to our collection. The 3 starters that we're offered as the new ghost type gym leader are Mischievous, Duskull and Drifloon. Now for me it's between Duskull and Drifloon, Duskull being the 3-stage evolution, and I will finally get Dusknoir, but for this playthrough I'm going to be going for Drifloon and eventually evolving that into a Drifblim and having a tank of my own. We're going to be starting off in Umbral City, a place where the old gym leader left them for ruin, abandoned the city for an unknown reason. We have been called to replace him. The mayor then explains that the townspeople will not like me at all and they'd much rather a town with no gym leader. After travelling into Umbral City, we meet up with Mayor Dalton, who guides us to our new home, which is where we are going to receive our package that contains the move Shadow Ball. This is going to be my gym's signature move, and that's going to play a part in this whole playthrough. After collecting our package, we then go to the town hall, which is where we meet the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders are a gang that has tormented the city and we are here to stop them. He was really a pushover and nothing too much, so after beating the Rough Rider, we go and talk to the mayor. Now here is where he explains that if I lose too many battles, that is bad and I will be kicked out of being a gym leader. And he also explains that I am allowed 2 Pokemon that aren't ghost types as long as they can learn the move Shadow Ball, which is my gym signature move. After that we then go and select who's going to be our water boy, the gym guy who gives you the fresh water, and we pick the hard difficulty where it's the gym girl and she's going to be giving out fresh water to people and also increasing the difficulty at which they target us. So to start off being a gym, we need 3 Pokemon. So we get the good rod from that good old man and run into a Delmise, which is going to be a really cool Pokemon to add to my team. I feel like anyway, I'm going to use some Minimize so it can't attack me too much, weaken it just a little bit and start spamming some Pokeballs, because Delmise is a really strong Pokemon, a single stage evolution ghost type that didn't really get too much shown off. I believe it came in the 7th gen Sun and Moon, which is a really good generation. If you guys didn't know that this was a Pokemon, you do now. I'm going to be nicknaming it Kraken for no reason at all. After that we decide to get Zubat on our team, as Zubat can learn Shadow Ball and ghost types were really hard to come by and I didn't want to get too over leveled. So after weakening Zubat just enough to throw some Pokeballs at it, we finally capture it and Zubat is then nicknamed Big Zoo. After that we go to our gym and start our first day as the gym leader, and our first challenger is Lass Ellen with a level 3 Starly, so there's not much to talk about here. We demolish Starly and demolish Lass Ellen. She don't really stand too much of a chance, so I'm going to take this chance to then say thank you guys who watch my videos. Leave a like and comment on all of my videos. I really do appreciate you so much. You guys don't understand what it means to me when my videos get pushed out even further because you hit that like button. Thank you very much. Moving on to the next challenge, we have to fight Jacob, who has an Umbral Chinchou, which looks phenomenal. I love the dark look on Chinchou and I think it should have been implemented in the real games as it looks phenomenal. After taking out the Chinchou and Looney being weakened enough, I decide Looney can stay in and we can take out Golett pretty easily as it is a ghost type itself. Take it out with Shadow Ball, use our gym signature move. I then stupidly use Shadow Ball on Fletchling, which isn't going to do too much, and Gust to finish off Jacob. Jacob didn't really stand too much of a chance either, but he was more of a challenge than Ellen. Next up we have to fight, this is basically Joey. He has a Rattata. He's not going to be able to do too much to me because he has a normal type Rattata. It's going to do absolutely nothing. I'm just going to gust it to death and move on. But this is my first day as a gym leader and I didn't want to miss out any battle, any of my challenges. We then have to fight Jacob once again. He thinks he's trained up enough and can defeat me. Little does he know he stands absolutely zero chance against me, And Umbral Chincho is going to go down to Gust once again. Golett comes out. Gollett's an easy sweep with a Shadow Ball. You guys have seen this battle once before. You don't really want to see it again, so let's skip to the next battles. Over the next few days, we proceed to fight some similar trainers, but we do challenge a few really cool ones, like this guy called Jacob, who has an electric type. Luckily, I didn't start with Looney, and we started off with Kraken. Next up, we have Missy, who has a Snom. Now, a Snom is an ice and bug type, a really cool Pokemon that I do want to do the bug type version of this challenge, so if you guys do want to see that, make sure to leave a like and a comment down below. We then have to fight Hiker Aaron, who had a Dragon Aron, which had Dragon Breath, Dragon Rage I mean, which does 40 damage, and he could have really taken me out if he was smart with his moves, but he wasn't too hard. Next up we have Linda, who had a Hatterini, a Honedge, and an Electric, and really could have done damage if I wasn't so over leveled. After dealing with that as a gym leader, we then are called to the town hall to say that we've made quite a buzz. Elizabeth then comes up and says, no, you haven't swayed me, and she is the toughest trainer in the city. Someone I need to prove my worth to, and someone that I need to win over the trust, as she's been in this town for a lot longer than I have. Winning over the trust of her is just a start to my demonic plan and take over the world. No, she did have a really cool team though, starting off with Clefairy. Luckily not going to be able to do too much to me, I'm a little bit over leveled. She then has a Drifloon, which is my starter Pokemon, so give me that back. Goomy, a level 12 Goomy, which is really surprising. Shadow Ball does proceed to take Goomy out, unfortunately for Elizabeth. Fampi comes out and we do the same, take it out. Elizabeth's team was quite unique and I really did appreciate seeing that. I then decided to switch up my team and get rid of Zubat. Doing that, I'm going to go and capture a Golett, which is a ghost type Pokemon, one of my favourite ghost types from Gen 5. Golem is a beautiful design Pokemon and I think it deserves a lot more credit than it's given. So after weakening this Golett just about enough to dash some Pokeballs at it and finally capture Golett, I'm going to give Golett the nickname of Robo. Now Robo is going to come into play in a lot of future videos. Robo is someone that I'm talking to and working with. Well, they're making a Pokemon server that I'm going to be a big part of, so stay tuned for that guys if you are interested. After battling the Golett and finally capturing Robo, adding him to our team, we run into a Honedge, another Pokemon that I really wanted on this team, a Pokemon that I admire. Aegislash is beautifully designed, one of the highest defense stats, one of the highest attack stats, and he can switch between them. What more could you want from a Pokemon, guys? What more? We dash a Pokeball out Honedge and finally capture the big beast. I'm going to give Honedge the nickname King, as that was one of the mini questions from before. Moving on to the next day as a gym leader, or the next few days because they're relatively the same challenges, we have to fight Gentleman Chris, which was a really big surprise, the fact that he had a level 24 Dragonair, and I was not prepared for that in the slightest. So Dragonair comes out using Dragon Tail, getting rid of Kraken already. Robo is sent out. Is Robo going to be able to do anything? Absolutely not. Not against Dragonair, not this early in the game. I'm going to proceed to send out Kraken one more time, as I feel like Kraken's going to have the highest chance of taking this Dragonair out, and Shadow Ball does just that. Dragonair has been taken out. I want to go through this playthrough with 0 losses. 0, and I mean 0. I don't like to lose. You guys know me. If you do, then you know I'm not taking any losses easily. I like to win every single game I play, and I love Pokemon, so let's win at Pokemon. After beating the Floette with Kraken, he then sends out Goomy. Now, I'm not too scared of a Goomy. Goomy is a first evolution, and when he evolves that, I will be scared, but until then, I've got high hopes, and Goomy can't do nothing. And we finally take Goomy out with a quick and easy Shadow Ball. After taking out him and not giving him a gym badge, we then have to move on to the break room. Now here's where I do some training with my gym trainers and see if they're improving and keeping up with me. After returning home of a day of training with my gym trainers, we then have to go to the town hall and meet the mayor, which is where he's going to say I'm now gym rank 2. The Rough Riders overhear that and don't like that, so they come and challenge me and see what I can offer them, see if I can beat them in a battle. Now, as I just said, I don't like to lose, so let's keep that mentality going into this battle. They send out Scraggy. Now, what can Scraggy do? Swagger? Confuse me? Demolish Kraken, which is my ace in the hole at this point in time, as Looney isn't doing enough for me. So they managed to take Kraken out, and I'm already on the back foot in this fight. The Scraggy has Moxie and got its attack up, and it knows Feint Attack, which is super effective. Gus does absolutely nothing. Scraggy Feint attacks Looney and takes out Looney, and it's down to Robo. Can Robo clutch this battle up? I know they've got a level 24 Heracross in the back with super potions. I'm not going to be able to do too much. Feint Attack takes out Robo, and we have lost our first battle, and that was to the Rough Riders. Does that mean that it's game over? Not quite, but I do apologize that I lost, and from here on out I'm not going to lose another battle, and that is a promise. After raising up to gym at rank 2, we decided to train up our Pokemon, evolve Looney into Drifblim, finally becoming a bit more of a powerhouse, adding that to my team, and we all know Drifblim can tank a lot of hits. So let's keep that in mind. I'm going to be teaching Drifblim Phantom Force, and I'll be giving it the leftovers eventually. After teaching that, we then evolve Golem into Golurk, which is a beautiful Pokemon. As I've said previously, one of my favourite Pokemon in Gen 5, and he needs to be used a bit more. After that, we do fight some fun trainers, one of them being the trainer with a Hatterene that has now gone stronger. Got the Hatterem, the Honedge and Electrike all leveled up. I'm a little bit over leveled at this point in time though, so I'm not too worried. Next up, we have this trainer that literally says go Curlier and gets defeated by me in seconds, and then we have to fight the Chinchou again. I'm sick of fighting this Chinchou, but not as sick as I'm going to be fighting some of the future Pokemon that you guys will see. Luckily they have improved the team and got a Fletchinder. Is that going to help them defeat me? Absolutely not. Next up, we go to the next town over and decide to start building some plans there. I decided to build up some buildings, get my revenue, because every day that means I'm going to be bringing in a little bit more money. Now, I'm sick of this trainer the most out of all of them. He literally got 6 bug Pokemon that spam the same move. Oh my god, he is so annoying, and I will be honest with you, I fought him at least 20 times in this whole playthrough. Over 100 days I had to fight him 20 of them days, which is sickening. Next up, we have the Dragon Tamer once again. I'm a little bit higher level this time, and Looney's going to be able to absolutely sweep with Shadow Ball. I'm not scared at all. Floette, you can die to a Shadow Ball also, and we beat the Dragon Tamer. Now someone's at the door. Who could that be? And we have been kidnapped. We've been kidnapped by the Badlands crew. The dirt bike riders that want to take us hostage and take all of our Pokemon. We're going to escape this, and we're playing this with no healer balls. We then have to take out this trainer to finally get past it, go on to the upper level, which we can then escape and find out who organize this attack and put this attack on us, because we're trying not to lose any battles, and the Rough Riders have got hold of me and taken me to their secret base in the Badlands. They have a lot of healer balls as well, which isn't very fun. After fighting our way through the Rough Riders, we then have the final double battle. Now this battle is intense and incredibly hard. Luckily we're a tad over leveled and do manage to take out the competition. So I'm going to be taking this time to say thank you guys for making it this far into the video. If you have made it this far into the video, don't forget to hit that like button, because it does mean a lot to me. It pushes my video out to more people and lets me know that you guys are liking the content that I am pushing out, and I'll keep on putting out more content like this, only improving bit by bit until you guys are happy with the content that I am producing on a regular basis. So after beating this double battle, it's time to improve our team. Basically, we've improved to gym rank 4 and it's time to improve our team. After looking for the starter Rowlet, I literally looked for this starter for nearly about an hour. I had no luck at all. As you can see, I'm literally running into every other starter Pokemon other than Rowlet. So I'm going to take this time to say, if you guys really do like content like this, let me know what type you guys want to see me do down below. The type with the most likes I will be doing in a future video, and that will be the next 100 days as a gym leader type. And that is without a doubt the one that gets the most likes on this video is the type I will be doing. So we finally find a Rowlet, the Pokemon I've been looking for so I can get Decidueye on my team. What an amazing find. Nothing could go wrong. I can finally capture it. A weakened Rowlet, and Rowlet uses Brave Bird. What the hell, Rowlet? So we continue our search because I need Decidueye on my team. I need to increase my team up to 6 Pokemon, and Decidueye, he basically fits in my plan absolutely perfectly. So on the lookout, we keep going. And this time I'm not going to touch it, because if it uses Brave Bird, I am not going to be happy and I'm going to do something I regret. I'm going to commit Rowlet offense. After finally finding our second Rowlet, we just dash Pokeballs at it and really hope for the best. Hopefully we can capture this Pokemon, because if I don't, I'm not going to be a very happy person, as you guys have just heard. We finally caught the Rowlet, and Rowlet's nickname is going to be Pain, for putting us through all of the pain in the world. Next up, we decided to add Poplio, which is a Pokemon I've run into about 55,329 times, and add it to the team, as Primarina is going to have that fairy type, allowing us to take out some dragon types a bit easier, and it can learn Shadow Ball while having the high special attack stat. So Poplio, I would like you to join the team and evolve into a Primarina. After finally capturing Poplio and adding it to the team, we are ready to go on our journey and complete this game. We're going to call Poplio Moon, and now it's time to train up our Pokemon, evolving Rowlet into the second stage, which I can never remember the name, Dartix, that is the one, and then evolving King into Doublade, which is a massive improvement, I might say so myself. And last but not least, we will be evolving our Poplio, and that's going to be evolving into another Pokemon. I can never remember the second evolution's name, unfortunately. Pokemon Sun and Moon didn't do a good job. Next up, we are evolving Dartix into Decidueye, because it's something that needed to be done. Decidueye is in the team, and it's going to be learning Spirit Shackle to increase the power that it can output. Goodbye Feather Dance, get deleted, boy. We do not need you in the moveset. We're basically going like a 7-year-old, all attack moves. And now we are evolving Moon into Primarina, giving us the strong fairy type, allowing us to keep the Shadow Ball move and dominate our opponents with a fairy and water type now added into the team. We are going to be learning Sparkling Aria, as that is a really strong move in my opinion. 90 special attack, 100% accuracy. Get Hydro Pump out of there, man. Throw it away. No one wants Hydro Pump when you can have something this strong. I am going to be changing all these movesets when it comes to the final battle. Next up, we have King or Doublade evolving into Aegislash, the biggest and baddest sword out there. The sword that's going to demolish all of my opponents. Next up, we challenge the gym, and we have Call Trainer Nat, who sent out Lucario, which is quite cool, as I've not actually seen a Lucario. They also have a Doublade, which get deleted, you're not on my level. And next up we have this guy who's called Paul. with a level 70 Tyranitar. Did I expect to be fighting a level 70 as a gym leader? Absolutely not. We send King out. Is King going to be able to do anything? No, not against the level 70 Tyranitar. I have no hope here. I'm going to Leaf Blade, but not only does Paul have a level 70 Tyranitar, he's got full restores and a lot of them. We weaken this Pokemon so much times, and luckily he couldn't damage Pain, as Pain likes to put pain on other people too, not just me. But Paul has been defeated. Edgar then sends us a message saying it's time to settle this once and for all. And it's time. It's time to take Edgar on. Edgar is the leader of the Rough Riders and someone that's been tormenting the city. He wants to settle this once and for all. If he wins, then it's goodbye to me. It's game over as a gym leader and there's nothing I can do about it. But if I win, Edgar will never mess with me or the town ever again. Now, I respect Edgar. He's a man of his word in my opinion, and I can respect that. Anyone who's a man of their word, I respect. Edgar then proceeds to send out Aron. Aggron decides to take out Looney, taking itself out in the meantime. I'm going to send out Moon, and then Edgar's going to send out Metagross, so I'm going to switch instantly. I don't think Moon can do anything to a Metagross, so it's not a good matchup for me, and I would like to keep Moon as Edgar has all of the pseudo legendaries. Metagross comes out, takes out Robo. It's time for Pain to come in and start using some Sucker Punch. I'm going to go in for Pain Shackle or Spirit Shackle as it does a bit more damage and take out the Metagross. Luckily we managed to take him out as Metagross is kind of a beast on this team. He's then going to send out Tyranitar, another pseudo legendary. His team is full of pseudo legendaries. That is the only, he's like a pseudo legendary spammer basically. A bit like you guys are legendary spammers because you have no skill at the game. He is a pseudo legendary spammer. We take out Tyranitar with ease and then Garchomp comes out. I'm going to use all of my moves, switching out, switching in with King to lower Garchomp's attack to the fullest. I cannot take many attacks from this Garchomp as, I mean, you guys know what Garchomp can do to anyone. Garchomp with his moveset could take out most teams and just sweep them completely. He then uses Earthquake. I managed to tank it, but it's time to start using King's Shield to weaken its attack for like the third time. And I'm going to do it one more time. And he uses a full restore, unfortunately. I'm then going to send King back. It's time for Pain to come out. Is Pain going to be able to do anything? I do go in with the Leaf Blade and weaken it enough. The Max Potion comes out, but he does take me out with a Flare Blitz. It's time. It's time for King. Nah, King's not getting sent out. Moon's going to be able to take out the rest of the team with Moonblast, I'm hoping. So Garchomp is down. Salamence comes out. What can I do against Salamence? He double edges me, weakens himself, and Moonblast finishes him off. Next up is his ace in a hole, Hydreigon, which we one shot with Moonblast. Luckily that is like ultra effective against Hydreigon, and take out Edgar. We arise to gym rank 4 and rest up once again. After resting up, it's time to reorganize our team and see if we can improve what we got, and starting in the gym. We have to fight this painter called VVV, which was really annoying, but quite a fun challenge because she did have Eevee, Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon, basically the first generation forms of Eevee, which was quite fun to see. Moon does proceed to take out pretty much every single one of them. Vaporeon comes out, Pain's going to come in and take out Vaporeon instead of Moon. Next up we have Paul again. This terrifying level 70 Tyranitar that could do anything to us at any point in time with the unlimited full restores Paul likes to use. Taking out Moon, luckily we have King. King's going to be able to Sacred Sword Tyranitar down, and we gain a lot of reputation for that. Next up we have to fight Lass Ellen. If you remember, this was my first challenger. Now she's got a Staraptor level 36, still not any good, but I did want to throw this in as my first challenger is also going to be one of my potential last challengers ever. Now there's someone at the door, and it's actually the champion Garrison. Did I expect to be fighting the champion this early? Hell to the no. We've got Smeltix coming out. Moon takes out Smeltix very easily, and it's time to send Pain out against Gengar. I'm not expecting Gengar to be this powerful, which is terrifying. Luckily, Pain takes him out. Bishop comes out, which is actually a Zoroark, and King does Sacred Sword it to death. It's time for Looney to come out. Looney's gonna then use Minimize. I kind of cheese this fight. I Minimize 3 times and then Button Pass after Tailwinding. So we're basically unbeatable at this point because we've got Minimize times 3, so our evasion is through the roof and he can't actually hit me. Next up, the real Bishop comes out and we Sacred Sword it to death. Haxorus also comes out, actually managing to damage me. King is now at 13 health, but we do take out the champion Garrison. Next, we have to rest. We've got a big day. We've got a letter saying meet me in the gym. Now this is Isaac. Now this is actually a really sad story. Isaac is someone who's not very well. His last wish was to fight me as a gym leader, and the fact I'm saying it was his last wish is kind of upsetting because you guys know what that means. Yeah, Isaac didn't make it very far after this battle, but I thought I would throw this in there as it was a really sad battle, but something that needed to happen, something that needs to get put into the game, and it was nice to see this as a little side quest in this game. We do defeat him because we ain't taking it easy on him. Isaac, I mean, I apologize and God rest your soul, but I ain't losing to no one, alright? Come on, we lost to the Rough Riders already. Next up, we get the same letter, and it's from this random guy who don't say much, but he challenges me in my own gym, and he has a full team of normal types. I'm thinking this guy is definitely the normal type gym leader. King's going to come out and sweep you. King's got Sacred Sword. King's going to be able to do everything you want and take you out with Sacred Sword big time. Eevee comes out. Are you any challenge for us? No, you're not. Sacred Sword, Sacred Sword, Sacred Sword. I mean, Sentry actually did something, and Drampa does take King out, but we've got a full team. I'm going to send out Moon, who's asleep, but I'm not worried. Moonblast doesn't actually get the kill, but Staraptor uses Brave Bird, killing itself. We are then explained that it is the last gym leader and that he got a threatening letter saying if he didn't leave, they'd attack the gym trainers. So he decided to leave and save all the gym trainers and the gym girl. Next up, we have to rest, and it's time for the Umbral City to get involved. They are now involved on high alert just in case anything happens. So we start our next day and all of our gym trainers are attacked the following day. We then meet up with Edgar in the Badlands, and he explains that he's not behind this and tells me that the mayor is a bad person. The mayor's a bad person? This isn't making any sense. Why would the mayor be a bad person and in control of the Rough Riders the whole time? He explains that he had a bad childhood and wanted to be a gym leader himself, but they wasn't around at that time. And then he decides to take me on. He damages me and takes King out instantly. I'm not happy with that. King was my ace in the hole, my highest level and my strongest Pokemon at this point in time. What am I going to do without King? There's not much I can do. He sends out Rhydon. We managed to take him out with Pain. Pain is quite strong at this point. Dragonite's coming out though. I'm terrified of Dragonite. I decided to get some minimizes off, hoping that he can't even attack me. He manages to not be able to attack me, and we then button pass into Moon, getting off the evasion on Moon and keeping the strength. I'm going to keep Moon out for Scizor, hoping that Scizor misses all the attacks, and luckily Scizor does miss every single attack. Goodra comes out and takes out Moon, unfortunately. I didn't think Goodra would be able to hit me, but it was able to. We then have to fight Goodra with Looney, who don't have the highest attack stat, and I've only got the move Phantom Force on it, unfortunately, but we managed to beat Goodra. Next up is Aegislash. Luckily Phantom Force is super effective and we can take out Aegislash with ease. We have beaten the mayor, and that is the end of the game. If you guys did enjoy this, please make sure to leave a like down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and if you made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate you, and enjoy the rest of your day.